Hello there and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Fall of the Republic preview playthrough as the Galactic Republic. I'm going to turn my stuff down a bit. I don't know if that music is too loud, I don't think it is, but in the last few episodes we've been trying to cut off the CIS's access to different areas of their space, which has been going mostly okay recently. We finally started making some headway in this northern bit of space. They have reestablished themselves a little bit in the east, and especially in the southeast. So we'll have to deal with that at some point, but we're going to record a few episodes worth today. I'm probably not going to put in specific cuts while recording. I'll do that in editing afterwards, so we'll go for however long we can, and then that'll turn into the two episodes for the week, because this Friday we're going to be starting our Friday we're going to be starting our New Republic playthrough as well, as this finishes off. So we'll probably have fewer but longer episodes of the Republic playthrough as the New Republic one starts off, because this has been going on for several months. I think we've really only had 3 playthroughs this week. But it'll go even longer if I just sit here talking about it for the entire episode. So let's get going. We are going to go for Weyland first. So let's get in with these guys. I do want to separate the ground and space forces that got unfortunately combined at the end of last episode.
Choose your reinforcements.
But we should be good with our juggernauts especially, but let's get Hunk of Hell in here too. Hello chat. I'm going to move this up a little bit because it's getting covered by the intel.
On site, ready to assist.
Did you get landed on a unfortunate piece of land? No, it was the transport that was keeping things difficult. Well, just get up there. I really wish the animations would reverse for units that have more than one direction of movement. Because this is supposed to be, technically the front goes this way on the A6. But because it can go either direction and the animations don't change, it often looks weird. Alright, you're gonna stop there. Let's get Obi-Wan as well. Yeah. They don't really have that much. Almost feels like every planet with local population against you. Yeah, that's mostly because of holdover stuff from Imperial Civil War, because most of the maps are shared right now, and the CIS uses the Rebel coding, which is the same as the New Republic uses, which most planets like more than the Empire. Let's get some clones over there. Not another Juggernaut. Get an ATT. Is this a named one? Yeah, this is Capri. Capri.
Heading out. Inputting coordinates.
Let's go.
Just what I needed.
We'll probably reduce the Juggernaut's damage. I think its health will probably stay the same. Because they're supposed to be tanky, they're supposed to be good at damaging, but it's a hard thing to balance because it's so big. But right now, a lot of the CIS units are OP on ground, so I'm not going to complain about it. We are going to do another CIS playthrough after this Republic one concludes, so see a few more changes that have gone in. Especially with all the influence and government mechanics that are happening. The CIS works very differently from the last time we played them. Which really, that was the first time anyone had played the mod too, when I was doing that that first CIS playthrough. I guess Anakin and Obi-Wan get a bit of a a break with this battle.
Standing by.
The LAT model has been upgraded as well. The LAT and ATTE have been redone, actually, since the playthrough start. The playthrough have start? What am I even... It's a good thing my job is to speak. Alright, you're gonna stay on that.
On site.
Anakin, get over here. And one of the questions that's pretty common in the comments is if we're going to be switching the a lot of the red lasers for the Republic to blue. That will be happening. The reason it's not like that right now is because we haven't done a lot of the ground projectile switches. In space, we have a way where we can use the same coding for a unit in Imperial Civil War and Fall of the Republic, and it'll have blue in Fall of the Republic and red in Imperial Civil War, or green, depending on what it is. And that'll happen on ground as well, it's just we haven't put it in yet. So it is coming, it just isn't there yet. So basically, rather than have different coding for each unit, or different coding for each unit, we have different coding for the projectiles, which means it's like 5 things that change if you want to update between mods rather than every single unit. Makes it a lot more efficient to work on things. It also means if you have a general understanding of how a unit works in Imperial Civil War, you'll have a good idea of what it does in Fall of the Republic, unless there's a specific reason for it to be different. They're not balanced on different standards. But that gets us Weyland, which I think they took from us at the start. Well, buildings for the CIS be different. Looks strange having CS use Rebel buildings right now. Eventually, that's not a huge priority for us right now, the structures. We're more focused on the units and mechanics, and then structures will be something where we'll have to do... we'll probably have to make like concepts for the structures and model them based off that. We might switch in like some of the models from the Xan Consortium for droid factories and stuff, but it's not a huge issue right now. How hard is the AI? Well, we have a bunch of upgrades to the tactical and galactic AIs, and then we also have the cruel mode, which makes it even harder, which is what we're playing on. The button doesn't always stay on, but as long as you press it once, it sets the AI for the whole playthrough, which gives it a bunch of extra bonuses, which is more the style of like Republic at War or AOTR's AI.
Tactical battle imminent.
This is why we're on... we've been having a lot of trouble with this. So it's fairly difficult. Alright, I really want to get Roche back up to a good setting. And let's get Bimisari... I want to garrison them on Bimisari. And I guess we'll put the others back on Boz Pity. You know what? I think we will move these guys over, and we'll get them to Metalorn. Oh wait, there's 8 of them. That's not gonna work. I just don't want them to take over the planet.
Battle imminent. Beginning construction.
Scarl is definitely the more important planet to...
We've located the enemy.
Or... was that Scarl? Scarl or Roche? Whatever the capital shipyard was.
Choose your
Well, maybe we can
Moving out.
hold back
Heading
and
out.
do some damage.
On our way.
The Venator model is also being redone.
Reporting in.
So that will be coming sooner or later. Got Rabble Rouser here.
Moving. Understood. Moving to sector.
I don't think that's going to be in by the beta start. Code user is working on that. Yeah, feel free to ask. Whatever.
Current commander here.
Alright, we'll see if... I don't think we can handle this. Hey ladies, can we handle this? I don't think we can handle it. Where am I, bro?
Let's do this. Taking Vanguard, follow me.
We can take out a couple, but this fleet isn't really set up for this, but let's see if we can take out a couple of them. Trying to make YouTube gaming videos. Can you give me advice? I mean, the main advice is just play what you want to play and do it because you want to do it, rather than if you have any expectations of like getting any kind of viewership, especially at first. Like, it takes a lot to get to a point where you have an audience. Like, there are people who can go for years and years and stay at relatively low numbers, and sometimes it takes off, sometimes it doesn't. But it's, especially if you don't have like a specific niche. I was lucky enough that I have like the fan base from the mods that kind of translated over to jumpstarting being able to do a channel, and even then like the lore channel grows a lot faster than Corey's datapad grows a lot faster than Corey loses, so it's a very difficult area to get noticed in. Like, I also play an old game, but it's not the kind of thing where you can start and then you'll immediately get any kind of audience, or even necessarily ever get any kind of audience. So like, if you're thinking, I'm going to start this because this is going to be my job in a year, that's usually not a realistic approach to take. If it's, I want to do this because I enjoy playing games and maybe this will encourage me to keep finishing it, or to finish some games that I haven't, but I want to, I need to retreat, then that can be a good reason. But that's why I started. Like, I didn't start with any idea that I'd be doing it as a long-term thing or even as a professional thing. And I'm kind of glad, because like early videos especially are just, mine are garbage, and most people's will be garbage, where you kind of have to learn how to both play and commentate at the same time. It can be really distracting to do that. It's not in the video editing and all that, having the equipment. God, that is the worst. Wait, what are you doing? I need you over here. Oh. But yeah. That's really the best advice I can give, is do it because you want to, not because you have any expectations for it. Is the next part of the Galactic Battlegrounds coming back for this last quarter this year, or will it be next year? I'd like to start the next one sooner than later. Right now, okay, we actually do have Dark Roads back, so that's good. Let's use that. But yeah, so for the rest of the year, we've obviously got Knights of the Old Republic that I want to do, or I need to finish. Yeah, they took Roche back. Played myself. Then there's obviously Empire War stuff going on all the time. There's some Sin stuff I want to do. But other than that, I have to decide whether it's going to be Galactic Battlegrounds, Force Unleashed 2, or oh wow, they have a lot there. Or Star Wars Rebellion that I'm going to play next, and then we'll see how long that takes. But then Battlegrounds would probably be second, if not first. Well, good luck, Joey. This is going to be another retreat. But yeah, it'll probably end up as a poll where maybe once this current Ascendancy playthrough is done, it'll be a poll between Galactic Battlegrounds, Rebellion, and Force Unleashed 2.
Prepare for jump to hyperspace.
Was it you, Revenant, that got me that game? Rebellion? I know it was a patron. I thought it was you, or I'm thinking it's you. Because it's been on my list of stuff to do for a long time. It's just been hard to actually get in. Any new game that I do that I haven't played before, and it usually involves spending a little bit of time to figure out what the hell's going on before starting, which can be difficult to fit into schedules. This isn't really a gameplay thing, but will the battle droids sound like they do in the movies or in the Clone Wars? We haven't decided on a droid voice. We haven't decided what we're going to do for droid voices yet. Movies are harder to do because it's harder to get. Like any TV media or movie it's hard to do because it's hard to get a clean recording of it.
Beginning
What needs to
construction.
be done? I'm not going to try to go through here, so we can put a space station in.
Beginning construction.
Don't really need a space station there. Put
Construct.
one there. Maybe we'll put this fleet down south more.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Please don't. Drum and Cass. Well, that's not going to be something we can defend. We might be able to break out of there, though.
Tactical battle imminent.
Yeah. That actually reminds me, there have been a few questions about what's going on with the beta in the last few episodes of the playthrough. There was a video specifically about that on the channel, so I won't go into it too much here. There, just if you go onto the channel page, it's one of the last few videos. It's a giant picture of Anakin's face in a Venator, so it's very hard to miss.
The enemy is approaching.
Will the CIS cargo ship be in the mod? That is eventually going to be in the mod. It won't be in the first version. It's one of the first units we'll probably do for the next versions, but it's not going to be in 0.5.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Because that'll tie into a feature that is not in the mod yet as well, but should be in for 1.0 as well as some of the next versions of Imperial Civil War.
Moving into position. Moving to sector.
Alright, we should have enough fighters to deal with this.
Moving out. Moving. Carrack en route. Understood. Moving to sector. Carrack en route. Understood. Moving to sector.
Will the Malevolence eventually be in the mod? Yep, the Malevolence or Subjugator class is already in the mod actually. It's just not in this playthrough because this is the mod as it was when the playthrough started, which I think was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So a lot's changed since then, including some unit additions like the Malevolence. I'm going to do a video in Instant Action actually to kind of show that off soon.
What are your orders?
I'm trying to get, in addition to some of the longer playthroughs like this, I want to do some more one-off content like that.
Holding in.
Whether it's battle videos in
Let's go. Locking on.
Fall of the Republic and Imperial Civil War, or like topical videos, or
Crews are on the
games
way.
that only really lend themselves to one episode or something.
To attack.
Because as it is, we have like these several month-long periods where
Enemies in range.
there's not really anything new. So if people don't like the series that's going on, then there's nothing for them. And I kind of want to make sure that that's not the case, and there's always stuff that people can enjoy even if they're not into whatever the specific long-term project is at the time.
Attacking.
Pour out, brothers. Follow me hard and fast.
Ready.
Star Cruiser standing by.
Eliminating target. I've got them in my sights. Coming back around for another run.
Sad how it did this build. Yeah, there's so much that's changed. And that's why we're going to be doing another CIS playthrough soon.
Roger that.
As soon as this one's done, really.
Fire on those laser cannons.
Reporting.
Enemies in range.
Come about.
But you'll start seeing a lot of what's changed in the Republic one, or the New Republic one as well.
Eliminating target.
The New Republic one, not the New Republic one.
Yes, sir.
We're not doing
Attack formation.
another
To attack.
Stragglers.
Old Republic one right away.
Destroy the torpedo launchers.
Regroup for another attack.
Enemy forces sighted.
Form up.
I'm on them.
Destroy those
Coming
lasers.
in quick.
Alright, let's actually get the Vendors after the Providence.
More enemy craft. Target locked. Stay in formation.
Standing by.
You guys need to die.
Disconnect down.
Excellent shot.
Let's go.
I got one.
No, I need you on those.
Locking on.
Awaiting order.
And
Attack.
Have them now.
the main things that matter are the hangars for that. That's good.
I'm on them.
All fire on those torpedo
So these Architens,
Destroyed, sir.
you're gonna come on after the Lucre Hulks.
Copy.
Is the Republic going to be able to research the Imperial one? So the more Imperial style stuff will be present in some situations, including the ISDs, but there will be some story requirements for that as well.
Getting a lock.
So it won't just be like a straight research thing that's always available.
Right, sweet. I've got point.
But we'll go over that later, because that ties into government mechanics a bit, which we'll probably do the New Republic's announcement video for that this week.
I'm on them. Stay in formation.
Feature preview.
Enemies in range. Taking
do
fire. Target locked.
Taking back.
Well, if the questions are Fall the Republic related specifically, then feel free to ask them. Gives me stuff to talk about. If they're not Fall the Republic related, if you just want to drop them in the appropriate Discord channels afterwards, and
Reporting.
that works too.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Open
Alright.
fire on those laser
Form up.
cannons.
Have them
Our
now.
target priority is the laser cannons.
Those need to die.
Eliminating target. I'm on them. Where'd he go?
Do you consider using the Arc Hammer requirement code that the Dark Troopers have as an alternative for reskinning clone units? No. We don't want them to be buildable because they're literally just the same as the other units.
Reporting in.
And that just clogs up the build bar. The only way we'd consider that is if the mechanic that we want to use for it doesn't actually work.
Waiting orders.
Then we'll find an alternative which may involve building them. But as it is, no.
I'm on them.
This'll show up.
Locking on. Enemies in range.
You have the Mandator in game. We don't have the Mandator concept done, so the model isn't done, and therefore it is not in game yet.
Torpedo launchers.
Eliminate
The Mandator design that people tend to see in other mods is a fanon one,
formation.
based off of some loose interpretation of background ships in Dark Empire. It's not actually a canon design for the Mandator. Same thing with the Pride of the Core as a whole. That's a fanon name for a fanon design for the ship.
Excellent
So we're going to be doing our own design based more off of the actual information on it,
Waiting command.
and that will be in at some point. Not yet.
I copy. Target sighted.
Locking on.
Why did my laptop just turn on?
Target locked. Go after the stragglers. Eliminating target. Target locked.
There.
Let's do this.
Reporting.
Regroup for another
The
attack.
lasers are our target.
Excellent shot.
The Mandator able to stand up to the Malevolence. I mean, the Malevolence's
Cruiser here.
big benefit is that it has those cannons that essentially work for high single target damage, which pretty
Attack.
much makes it
Online. My sights.
a counter to larger ships like that. It's kind of like the Eclipse, where it's not as good as the Executor against larger groups of smaller ships, but it's really good against something like a Viscount or another Executor or any SSD, because it's able to put out so much damage into one target. So I do think the Malevolence, or the Subjugator class in general, will have a bit of an advantage over the Mandator.
Intercepting.
Alright, I'm going to put these guys on hunt.
Form up. Destroy those lasers. Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Stay in formation. Your orders, sir?
Alright, we need to finally kill these smaller corvettes, because they have been alive for way too long.
Enemies in range. Standing by. Coming around.
Then we got to make sure the quads are all dead.
Attacking target. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Coming back around.
So that's going to die in a second. And then let's get the arcs to focus over here.
Waiting orders.
We also need these guys
What are your orders?
to start moving over this way.
Intercepting.
Charge
Okay,
laser
just
cannons.
end that.
I got one. I'm on them. Stay in formation. Commander, they're hitting us.
When the Women's fires its giant blast, will it work like the Consortium Space Station cannon? No, it'll be tied to the actual ship. It's not going to be like the UI button thing.
Locking on. Enemies in range.
Starting assault.
I'm on ready, sir. The lasers are our target.
Copy. Heavy cruiser standing by.
It may become a ship ability if we feel that works better for the effects, but
Priority is the laser cannons.
it's
Carrot commander here.
Got them in my sight.
it's still going to be based on the ship itself rather than tied to a separate part of the UI, like how Republic at War does the beam or
Intercepting.
Reporting.
the
I got one.
Consortium cannon,
Come about.
Locking on.
planetary weapons.
I'm on them. Form up.
Alright.
Stay in formation. Fire at will.
First one's down.
Let's do this. Point sweep.
Get
I've got
behind
point.
them. Enemies in range.
Reporting in.
Target locked. I have
Open
them
fire on
now.
those laser cannons.
Draw their
What are your
fire.
orders?
You guys are going to go for the station.
Carrot commander here.
And let's make sure the engines go down.
Excellent
For our
shot.
brothers.
Really just engines and hangars.
I'm on them.
Then it'll probably retreat as soon as the station's down too. But if it has no engines, that won't matter.
Coming fire for maximum effect. Target
Reporting.
I've got them in my sights. Eliminating target.
First range assault.
Copy.
Alright, you need to focus on stuff that's actually a threat to you. Or a threat, nope,
Getting a lock.
at the top.
What are your orders?
Go after the stragglers.
Carrick en route.
Intercepting.
Carrot commander here. Attacking.
I'm on
Copy
them.
that.
Stay in formation.
Weapons online. Reporting.
Get behind them.
Alright,
Disable their engines.
I have
engines,
excellent shot. I copy.
fighter bays,
I got one.
Reporting.
Locking on.
Come about.
station.
Reporting.
I don't think we really lost anything here,
The lasers are our
so
target.
that's always nice.
Attack.
Awaiting
Coming
command.
around.
Destroy those
Target
lasers.
locked. I've got them in my sights.
So the Z-Layer
Another round.
script does randomize what level ships come in, but right now each ship class only has
Getting a lock.
2 layers that they can be on.
Eliminating
You can see this Fenrir is a little bit lower than this other one. So I've made that have a lot more variance. I've added in, I think it's 6 per class, no, 5 per class.
formation.
'Cause there's medium and then 4 levels of high, 4 levels of low.
I have them
So things are a lot more vertical. But that'll probably also involve
coming around.
doing an adjustment of the
I got one.
an adjustment of the ship ranges, because otherwise if you have ship ranges that are 3600 Alamo units, but the vertical arrangement of units is up to 1600, then ships have to be very close horizontally. So we'll probably increase those ranges a bit. We did lose 2 LACs, a Dreadnought, and some Arquitens, or 1 Arquitens, but that's fine. This, yeah, super tank. Is that the giant crushy thing? Because I don't think that would work especially well in Empire at War.
Closing range.
Enlisting troops. Beginning construction.
Alright, let's see if we can take this with what we have. We might have moved their units off. Unless they have structures here and it's just hidden, in which case that's going to be sad.
Stay together. Going in.
I think there's actually a sensor array over here.
Closing range.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements canceled.
The enemy has been spotted.
Yep.
Going in tight.
Well, those clones are dead. Okay, so they haven't actually built a structure here. We can probably come back and kill a lot of this, but let's see if we can kill a lot of it now.
I've got you.
Those clones are dead, but if we can use the transport to do this. Like a swarm of Droideka. Jesus. Yeah, their anti-vehicle ability is too high, anti-infantry too low.
Unit destroyed. We've been defeated.
Oh, that didn't go well. I don't know if we'll be able to get... Okay, so we know what they have there.
Enlisting.
Just have to hope they don't build anything else there.
Construction complete.
We have no current plans to include that in.
Construction complete.
We could block Centauri's. It could be worth it. Yeah, let's see what's there.
Tactical battle imminent.
That's too much there. Oh, that thing. Yeah, again, I don't know how well that works for Empire at War. It's not impossible we'd add it in the future, but it's not something that's gonna be especially high up on our priority list. Okay, this is actually super doable.
Choose your reinforcements.
Right away. Moving into position. Fall out.
I copy. Confirmed.
Reinforcements canceled.
Right away. Roger. Let's go.
Reinforcements
On
canceled.
my way.
Moving to sector. Carrick
We can
en
kill
route.
so many of the ground
Understood.
units.
Moving to sector.
Star Cruiser here. Star Cruiser standing by. Targeting.
Cruiser here. Right away.
What are your orders? Carrick en route. Charge laser cannons.
With you, trooper. Locked and firing.
Taking fire. Reporting in.
Alright, we need to destroy the station. You guys are gonna go with that too.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Let's do this.
Mark 170s, go for the Lucre Hulks.
Roger that.
Predators. Also, I'm gonna send you up to the back a little bit though. I'm actually gonna send you up here.
For our brothers.
There'll be more ground droid units. Well, just like with Imperial Civil War, we've got the main units that we're focusing on, and then with future versions, we'll be adding other stuff. So eventually, yes, there'll be other units for each faction, and I'm sure that will include some droids of some kinds.
What are your orders? Carrick
The launch
commander here.
base gone.
Go after the
I
stragglers.
copy.
Regroup for another
go.
attack.
Touch
They're
me.
coming in quick.
Reporting. Heading out.
Unfortunately, the shield gen's down on that, so
Taking fire.
Affirmative.
Alright.
Target at maximum firepower.
Do power to weapons.
Where'd he go? Nowhere to run.
And then we'll be able to just take out the Munificents because they are garrisons.
Charge laser cannons.
Draw their fire.
Copy that. Enemies in range.
Enemies in range.
And then we'll have them come down
Commander here.
after taking these out to focus on the Recusant.
After the stragglers.
You guys have got to go for the fighter bays. You guys are going to go for the other fighter bays.
Enemies incoming.
Intercepting.
Reporting. Attack.
I'm going to get one of the
Attacking.
vendors and one of the acclimators to focus on the Gozantes. Otherwise, the fighters are going to struggle with them.
Attacking.
Engines are out.
Get behind them. I have them now.
We've lost the launch bay.
Where'd he go?
I might even go for the Recusant with our bombers before the second Lucrehawk.
Falling out of formation. Draw their fire. Attack formation.
Alright, there's one fighter bay.
Go after
So go for the heavy turbo lasers on
for another attack.
the Recusant, because that's going to be a bigger threat.
Carrot commander here.
Arquitens, you guys come up there.
Yes, sir.
You Venator, or you Acclimators, focus on that.
Your order, sir.
You
More enemy craft.
focus on Gozantes.
Taking fire.
Open
Commander,
fire
they're
on
hitting
those
us.
laser cannons.
Take out the quads on the Lucrehawks.
Where'd he go? Eliminating target.
Standing by.
I've got them in my sights. Coming back around.
Let's do this.
Standing by. Star Cruiser here. Star Cruiser standing by.
For our brothers.
Alright, now you guys head over there.
I'm on.
And I'm going to get one of the Acclimators to come down straight for the engines. One of them for the quads there.
Falling out of formation. Draw their
And one of them on this other quad back here.
Priority is the laser
Roger
cannons.
that.
excellent shot.
Warm up.
I'm going to try to get you out of here too.
On our way. Destroy those
You're going to fill that last quad.
Regroup for another attack.
There we go. Now you're going to switch over to the
Ready, sir.
to that. Let's get these other fighters in here. Gunships have still got a lot of room to go before they're balanced. It's a difficult role to balance because their role is supposed to be anti-fighter, but the fact that they move so much makes it harder for other stuff to be accurate against them. Well, not making them overly accurate against other Corvette types.
The lasers are our target.
But that'll probably be still something that we're adjusting for a little while.
Falling out of formation.
awaiting orders.
Our lasers have been
Heading for
destroyed.
order.
Reporting.
Alright, you are going to go over here.
Coming around. I've got them in my sights.
Follow me, hands back.
Warm up. Target at maximum firepower.
Copy. At once.
What are your orders? Understood. Moving to sector. Carrack en
Over
route.
there.
Awaiting orders. Order confirmed. Destroy the shield generator. Copy.
Where'd he go?
We'll keep you guys on this one.
Enemy forces sighted.
Nowhere to run.
Fire for maximum effect.
Draw their fire.
Shield generator first.
Formation. Getting a lock. Enemies in range.
They just lost so many weapons there.
Go after the stragglers.
Okay, there we go. Now quad turbo laser, because that's almost dead. Now this other quad turbo laser, because that's almost dead.
Lasers are our target.
More enemy craft.
And then the engine so it can't get
Fire on
away.
the engines.
Taking fire. I'm on them.
Right.
Commander,
Get rid of the Recusant before it gets away too.
locked.
Open
And then fighter bay,
Stay in formation.
Attack.
engines.
Eliminating
I
target.
copy.
Nowhere to run.
Reporting. Cruiser here. Our target priority is the laser
Falling out of
cannons.
formation.
reporting.
Get behind them.
Reporting in.
You can probably start
Reporting.
making your way towards the battle there.
Come
Go
about.
after the stragglers. Regroup for another attack.
Charge laser cannons.
Okay, so now
Reporting in.
if it retreats after this Lucrehawk is dead,
Weapons online.
it won't be an issue.
Commander, they're hitting
Open
us.
fire on those lasers.
Still need to focus down the quad turbo lasers. They're the dangerous bits.
Your orders.
Where'd he go?
Attacking.
Nowhere to run. Excellent shot.
After that is just laser
Falling out of
cannons.
formation. I'm on them.
You guys are probably safe to start going for those.
Carrick Commander here.
And I guess we'll get the Architects to go after the Gozantes as well.
Let's do this.
Coming around.
Follow me! Fast hard!
Reporting.
Cruiser online. We're in position. Target at maximum firepower. Our launch bay has been disabled.
Attack that target.
And destroy that last launch bay.
What are your orders?
Primary engine system is down.
Charge laser cannons.
Awaiting command.
I've got them in my sights.
Ready. The lasers are our target.
Back around for another run. Go after the stragglers.
For our brothers.
They took out our lasers.
Yes, Commander. Fire at will.
Yeah, let's just get the Venator to
Targeting.
up with that. It'll probably go even faster.
Destroy
Well,
those
first,
lasers.
the quads. That's actually a threat to the Venators.
Open fire on those laser cannons.
You guys can... This back one can actually help.
Carrick Commander here. Attacking. Come about.
Standing by.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Star Cruiser here.
Alright, that didn't take long.
Cruiser standing by.
Once we actually started getting heavier weapons focused on them. Like, they're not very resilient, but if you're trying to use mostly fighters to kill them, it won't go as well. As they're supposed to kill fighters.
Range.
Charge laser cannons. Captain here.
Come on.
And now...
Our engines are destroyed, sir.
Light switch.
Generally, the AI will want to retreat if they have ground units in battles, but at the time that this Let's Play started, the logic on that wasn't working for whatever reason. I can't remember why. So they ended up staying longer.
Come about.
So now we just get to kill all the
Your orders, sir.
ground units.
Target sighted.
Let's go. Now. Going in. Let's make assault.
Carrick Commander here.
Let's do it.
Taking fire.
Reporting.
Let's do this. Missile
Commander,
sub.
they're hitting us.
For our brothers.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Standing by. Roger. Let's go.
There we go.
It's definitely a lot easier than fighting them on the ground, too.
Where'd he go?
Locked and firing.
Heavy cruiser standing by. All guns fire.
There we're talking.
Oh, there we go. One did get away. That's fine. So what did we kill? HMPs, that's nice. I think these are AATs. Or OG9s. Oh, I think it's AAT, because they didn't have tech. No, J1s, they don't have text or icons.
Understood.
So we'll park one Architects there. And if that wasn't being blockaded right now,
Building started.
I wonder how far... Yeah, that fleet's not going to be able to get through there. So they generally won't focus on Lucrehulks this much by release, ideally. It's just the value of fighters, I think, was still higher for the AI than it actually should be, and because Lucrehulks carry so many, that factors in. And the other thing is they have so much money when you're playing on Cruel that they're going to focus more on more expensive stuff.
Tactical battle imminent.
We finally got our Praetor 1 back. Connor did do some texture updates to that since the playthrough started, so even that's not going to be fully up to date.
Choose your reinforcements.
So, which are the vendors we have here?
Reinforcements canceled.
We have Rice Paddle,
Move out.
Happy Little Accidents, Titanic,
Moving out.
and we have Friday at a Rim,
Navigating to coordinates.
and just a regular VSD.
Reinforcements canceled.
Oh,
Flank
there we go.
speed.
We've got Arc 11s, Windu's Blade, the Sunrider, Horse and Rough, Don't Shed a Tear for Me, Order 66, and Anti-Fighter Spam.
Away. Cruiser reporting. Gunship reporting.
Roger that. Destroy those lasers.
Batteries online.
Form up.
Alright, let's go with that. Oh, you were really supposed to focus on that, but that's okay.
Your orders.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Let's go.
We have much heavier weapons in this fleet, especially with VSDs in now.
With you, trooper. Got me.
You don't have to rely so much on the Arc 170s to be all of our damage against Lucre Hulks.
Intercepting.
I am concerned about this.
I copy. Throttle
Here,
and
let's see if we can help that.
enemies in range.
Ready for battle.
If we can get the shields to stay up, that'd be nice.
Reporting in. Ready for duty.
Reporting. Open fire on those laser cannons.
Roger that. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
Alright, you did your job, now get back to Profiteer.
Let's do this. Scanning hostile.
Reporting in.
Stay in formation.
Copy that. Destroy those lasers.
Form up. Get behind them.
Alright,
Garrett Commander here. Reporting. Charge laser cannons.
Follow me.
you guys are gonna go for that one, so nope. It was the Praetor.
Awaiting orders.
And you managed to stay alive, so let's turn you around.
Copy.
I'm on them. Coming around.
There we go.
Reporting. Open fire on those laser cannons.
Good stuff.
Enemies incoming. Attack.
Let's get our vendors to focus down that, and if we can get you as well.
Reporting.
What are your orders?
Back around for another.
VSD's taking down. Oh, look at that.
Open fire.
Awaiting
We
instructions.
do have a station that I ignored.
Getting a lock.
Starting assault.
Yes, Commander. Ready. Attack position.
Nowhere to
Cruiser
run.
reporting.
Falling out of formation.
Pressing the attack.
Alright. Dark Rose is going to be able to handle these. So let's just get this main task force over to the station, or to the
Initiating attack.
shipyard, and we'll start killing the Gozantes.
Go after the stragglers.
Standing by.
Batteries online.
Regroup for another attack. I got it.
Here. Fighter Bay,
Cruiser here.
Fighter Bay.
Weapons ready.
More enemy craft.
Locking on.
Garrett Commander here.
Yes,
Move
sir.
you out of there. Nope, you died.
Commander, they're hitting us.
We're in attack position.
Try to make sure that doesn't get back, and I'm going to move this vendor out of there.
At your
Enemies in
command.
range. Falling out of formation.
Let's see if I can get you out of there too.
Their fire.
Target sighted.
I've detected.
Reporting in.
Attack formation.
Our primary
Go after
drive
the
system is
stragglers.
down.
Target locked.
Waiting orders.
Regroup for
Copy.
another attack.
Certainly, Commander. We've lost the shield generator.
Right, sweet.
Go the hyenas.
Let's do this.
You're going to focus on hyenas as well.
Our lasers
For
are
our
down.
brothers.
No, the Lucre Hawk's focusing it down too much too.
Target those
Alright,
lasers.
kill the quads. Make them pay.
Our target
Like we're going to have
priority
to
is
for
laser
the
cannons.
I copy.
vendor back.
Craft.
Roger that. Attack.
Taking fire.
Our engines are out.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Form up. Awaiting orders.
Reporting.
Come on.
Reporting. Attacking.
We've lost the launch bay.
There you go.
Reporting in.
Copy.
Yeah, this fleet gives up a fair bit of our fighter power,
Our launch bay has been destroyed.
but it's so much more capital ship power. We'll probably need to invest a bit more in LACs for this fleet, or Curling Corvettes even,
Our target
so that we have
priority
something
is the
that can
laser
counter all
cannons.
their fighters a bit better.
Reporting. Open fire. Our primary engine system is down.
But, nope. Don't recharge your shields. There we go.
Direct fire.
Now you
at
can
their
turn
laser
around.
cannons. Our shields are down. Target those lasers.
Let's do this.
Ready, go.
The lasers are our target.
What are your orders?
Awaiting instruction.
Awaiting command. Moving into position.
Carrot Commander here. Come about.
For our brothers.
Excellent shot.
We've lost our turbo lasers.
I got one. I've got them in my sights.
Alright.
Yes, Commander.
This is risky.
Yes, Commander. Locking on.
Standing by.
Enemies in
Reporting.
Coming back around for another round.
No!
Launch bay is gone.
It wasn't supposed to be
Direct
like
fire
this.
At their laser cannons.
Draw their fire.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Ready.
Getting a lock.
Direct fire on the
Intercepting.
engines.
Well, let's just make sure the engines are down.
Star Cruiser
Too many
orders.
casualties.
Charge laser cannons.
Target locked.
The lasers are our target.
I'm on them.
Cruiser reporting.
Eliminating target.
Alright, we lost a Venator and a Victory.
Carrot Commander here.
We do need an LAC. We need like 10 LACs for this fleet.
Formation.
Captain
Behind them. Regroup for another
Gunship
attack.
reporting.
No,
They're coming in quick.
might lose another Victory.
Reporting.
More enemy
Star
craft.
Cruiser standing by. Attack that target.
Batteries online.
Get over there.
Our turbo laser batteries have been disabled.
Cheating.
We are victorious.
Retreat aborted.
Alright. Don't shed a tear. Happy little accidents. Order 66 at VSD and Windu's Blade. You will be rebuilt. We have the money. For once. Hmm. So let's get
Vehicle
Happy
in
Little Accents
production.
back.
Vehicle
Valkyria
in
back.
production.
And we'll get dabbing is illegal next paycheck. Let's bring our main army south.
I'm on my way.
Construction
We'll take
complete.
Denon. Build our own training is going alright. So let's also get some
Vehicle in
ATPTs.
production.
We have 2 companies of ATPTs. I think we can take that planet, but only if they don't build any structures. So they probably will.
There we go.
Let's see what's going on at Fondor, too.
Vehicle in production. Building under construction. Tactical battle imminent.
Can't just attack the core like that. That's my territory. Alright, let's get Denon.
Tactical